Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We've got franchise update information for MLB The Show 25. Lots of cool stuff to talk about. It looks like the bones of franchise are getting some love this year. Maybe not the big changes a lot of people want, but the bones are getting some work, and we cannot stress how important that is if it all works out appropriately. So strap in. Let's talk about it. So, of course, the key thing to remember here is we have not played the game yet, so we don't actually know if anything that they said they did works. The biggest thing for years has been just off-season issues with franchise mode, and it looks like that was point of emphasis during this development cycle. Things don't make sense in franchise mode. You could trade 3 bags of garbage for Juan Soto. You could pay a free agent who's worth $500 million, $150 million. So, a lot of the stuff was about fixing that logic, and that is important. That is very important. There are still a few questions left to answer, and we'll talk about what those questions are later on. But also remember, very important, we're getting even more information on Thursday, so some of these questions we have could be answered. The very first thing, I paused it on here, and I apologize if I'm looking away from the screen. I took notes. There's a revitalized free agency system. You're looking right now at, like, a team needs screen where you could be like, okay, I need a left-handed bat and I need right-handed pitching. You could set those things and the market will, come into shape. There's a player big board. There's a little more on that later, but I love the addition of a player big board. Let's actually see if we can get to that screen. Right here, I believe it is. Oh, hold on. I accidentally went past it. My apologies. There's the player big board. I think that's super cool. I also just tried to pause it, and I don't know what my mouse is doing. Hold on. Let's try it for a third time. Here we go. We're moving. I'm clicking. It's paused. Okay, there's the player big board. I like that. I want to prioritize my own free agents, and I think that's important to be able to do, so to visualize it is awesome. There's going to be a risk and a reward for pursuing certain free agents and the timing of your pursuit. I really loved the bit they talked about, trying to make this mirror real life. For better or worse, in recent years, the top of the free agent market dictates the whole thing. That makes some sense, right? Like, they have to establish the market value, this, that, or the other thing. But it's clear that, teams want their guy, and they will pursue no one else until that guy is either on their team or gone. So it's mirroring a little bit more of real life. There is smarter logic, like we said. There are market dynamics and player priorities. Now, players will know what they're looking for in free agency, and that's kind of neat. Negotiations are no longer just based on stats. They're based on your fit, their fit. They're based on your team composition. They're based on who's in front of that player positionally. Don't insult free agents. That was one of my favorite things. They had a picture of Matt Strahm on the screen. Let's see if we can find him here. It really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, but basically, don't insult your free agents because they'll come back at you with something like this. That contract was bogus. I'm less interested now. Give me some time before you reach out again. I just think that's funny as all hell. Free agents are going to be motivated by team quality and a bunch of other things, so I enjoy that. They can also, which I thought was super awesome. Super, super awesome. Where is it? This one. Oh, okay, hold on. There we go. Free agents can come to you with a last-ditch effort for you to sign them. They'll be like, hey, I've got these offers. It's on you. If you want me, you offer this, I'm yours. That's kind of how agents play the game in real life. Mirror real life. That's what I ask for. So I think that's cool if it works. Again, the thing to note with all of this stuff, they talked a lot about, contract realism and negotiation realism and salary realism and monetary and trade logic updates. We'll get to that in a minute. Baseball in real life is like an ever-changing landscape, so while I do trust that they say that they did their best to match salaries and make things make sense, all it takes is one Shohei Ohtani contract next offseason, hypothetically speaking, to blow the doors off all of this stuff. They never had a $700 million contract until last offseason. Now there have been 2. I don't know. They did raise the salary ceiling and the contract ceiling. I don't know if you can actually offer $700 and whatever million, but If it's mirroring real life, then you should be able to. There is also now more accurate arbitration. So people who like to get super in the weeds with that, that's nice and fun as well. What I do want to look at is the trading. Post-winter meetings, that's just fun as well. They started talking about Gunner and trading. So right here. Improved. Been a long day at work, friends. Improved player valuation logic. There will be better trades. So they say. I want to know what that means. I want to know if that's just when it involves you and another team, because the other team will actually know what it wants, and because you have to negotiate, it'll make sense. Or if there's also going to be improved logic when it's computer team and computer team. I don't want to see any stupid poopy trades that don't make a lick of sense. I want everything to just be semi-logical. There was one other thing that super caught a lot of people's eyes. So we're going to move on, and it's right after. They also have new PA announcers who are awesome. The woman who does the Orioles games is fantastic. I live in Baltimore. I am a Yankee fan. I'm from Long Island, but the PA announcer in Camden Yards is great. She really hypes up the energy, so I like her. I'm glad she's in the game. I want to go to this screen. Okay, so SDS also kind of wanted to make this a more immersive mode in terms of, like, providing storylines and standing updates and Rookie of the Year races and this, that, or the other, and giving you an idea of what's going on around the league and your own system. But what comes with that, and I'm trying to find where it is, because it was like the most interesting thing that caught a lot of people's eyes. Let's just play through this and see where it is. Oh, it was literally right there. So, people who play franchise mode will be aware that there's no such thing as single A in MLB The Show. They did not pay for single A team rights, but here it says single A Lake County. I'm sure we'll learn more on Thursday. But does this mean we now have single A teams? Or is this their loophole? So single A Lake County is called the Lake County Captains. They didn't call them the Captains here. They called them Lake County. I wonder if this is a loophole because they didn't call them by their mascot. I don't know. People who understand rights and law, please let me know. But it's just a guess. Otherwise, that's another big update. A whole nother level of the minor league system will be coming into play. So the 3 questions I still have, or the 4 questions I still have, that I hope are answered. Otherwise, I'm going to be upset. Can we trade money? Can I throw in cash in a deal? Can you 3-team trade? I know it doesn't happen a ton in baseball, but it happens enough that you'd think we'd be able to. Do I have total control? Can I set hot dog prices? I want to be able to set hot dog prices. And what's the status of online franchise? I doubt online franchise is back this year. I put it at like a 1% chance because if it was, they'd hype that up big time. A lot of people want online franchise back. I'm in an online, I guess you'd call it franchise in college football with some buddies. It's been a lot of fun. Online franchise in this game would be great. The one thing to couch everything we just talked about, and I kind of mentioned it up at the top, but I'm going to mention it again here in closing. Franchise can be and should be so much more than even this. Hard stop. But to get to a point where we can grow and get bigger and better and more dynamic and up to speed with where it should be, the bones and the most important logic stuff have to be in place, and they simply have not been in years. If all the steps that are taken get us to that point, now we're at a place where we can build for the next game. Of course, fully recognizing the elephant in the room, every year they say they make logic updates. So, will this year be the year that the logic updates actually hit? I hope so. It looks good. Franchise friends, I hope you're excited. I hope this did something for you. And if it didn't do something for you, tune in on Thursday to see if that helps. If not, we're continuing to fight for our friends who play franchise because the fight doesn't stop until the game mode is where it should be. That's where I'm at. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for watching this really quick little recap. And more on either Thursday night or Friday morning from the big feature premiere of All Things Franchise. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Hit subscribe. See you next time.